Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Thought I would walk through the woods because the snow's probably going to be melting today and tomorrow, I suspect, or at least a lot of it. It's supposed to be hitting into the 50s, which is a huge difference of what we've had over the past week of, some pretty harsh negative temperatures. And I suspect that most of this will be melting, and the first time in a while I feel pretty good about getting out. A lot of you know that I've been dealing with some back issues, healing up from those, and I think, I'm not a medical professional, but I think I've developed some sciatica, and I do have an appointment to see a chiropractor about it and see if they can do any help. So, just jumped up a rabbit in front of me. But today I feel pretty good, and I'm not going to push it because I have a bad problem with doing that. As soon as I start feeling good, I get out and I do too much. But I was hoping that maybe a little walk out here would be okay. I don't know if this is much of a prepping video, but it's just thinking about our purpose in life, finding our purpose. And really I'm talking about more of from a spiritual, not a spiritual sense, but a physical sense. From a spiritual sense, our purpose is to glorify and edify the Father and to shine His light in this world of darkness. And I understand all that. I'm talking about our individual, our purpose. What are we supposed to be doing here? Is it our career? Is it, family? Is it, doing some good in this world? Is it making some difference in this world? Making an impact, so that after you're dead and gone away, that society will look back and say, oh, see this great thing this person did. See, they're remembered by this. Put it on their headstone. People will speak your name after you're gone. That kind of thing. Finding your purpose. I think a lot of times we spend a lot of energy trying to find our purpose when our purpose is just something that we have to make it. We have to. There you go for some quality camera work and excitement. Bushwhacked myself with a big old thorny vine and ripped my lip open. I'll be fine. It's like we spend our life trying to find this purpose. What is our purpose in life? What's the meaning of life? All this kind of stuff that so many people spend so much energy hoping that this purpose, this destiny will just be revealed to them, that they'll just find it, that somehow it'll just be, shown to them of how important it is, and what their goal is, and what they're supposed to, this legacy that they're supposed to leave behind. And I think that we do that so much that we forget to realize that our purpose is really what we make it. We have to create that. We have to build that. We very, very seldom does someone just accidentally and miraculously just stumble upon their purpose, their destiny. It's usually what we make. And as this year is wrapping up quickly, seems like it just yesterday that they were announcing the first lockdowns, and that was 2-3 years ago now. That we have to create our reason, our destiny, our purpose. We have that power to do that. It's through hard work, through determination, through finding something that's meaningful in our lives, it's quite possible that you've worked your whole life dedicated to a particular career, particular thing, and maybe you're really good at it. Maybe you've been very successful. Maybe you've retired or you're close to retirement, and you've done a really good job. A lot of you would fall into that you have been successful in your career. And maybe you look back and you think, man, I've done a good job, I've been successful, I've made some money, I've advanced, but I just don't have a purpose. I don't know that this is my destiny. I don't know that this is what gives me that good feeling that I have done something and I've accomplished something in life. Even though I've spent 20 or 30 years of my existence dedicated to whatever this one thing is. Push through here and try not to rip my lip open again. Well, I understand that feeling because, well, I've been there before. I've spent a good portion of my adult life focusing on a career path and on something that I may have been pretty good at it. Spent a lot of time and money and dedication in doing that, and only looking back and thinking, I mean, other than the money that I made, I don't know that I really accomplished anything meaningful for my life. I mean, I advanced a company, or maybe I did some good for other people, but I'm not really sure I did something that really advanced myself, my family, that's given me meaningful purpose. I think this is just a problem that a lot of us have to deal with, especially when you're getting, into that middle-aged category and stuff, my age, basically. You have to have purpose, but you have to make that purpose. You have to create it for yourself. And this isn't some unattainable, thing that's out there that's like this wispy, misty thing floating around. It is something that you create for yourself. And maybe it's not something you make money on. Maybe it's not something that you go to school for. Maybe it's something that you do within your community, within your local area, that you're doing some good. Maybe it's starting up a prepping group. Hint, hint. Starting up a group, getting like-minded individuals together, getting them prepared, ready for the world of tomorrow. And it's a lot more than just people, talking about buckets of beans and rice and going shooting and all that kind of stuff. There's really a very deeper thing going on with most of these groups. It's really changing people's lives. It's building relationships and family. I know that's what's going on here with ours. I've talked to so many people here lately in our local group that's just kind of shocked at how, they came to the meeting because they thought they could learn a little extra preparedness tips or something, and well, now they're finding out that they have a new family and that they've been given a new purpose to work towards these goals for each other. Much like a soldier in combat, if you ask most of them, who were they fighting for? And most of them will tell you they were fighting for each other. They weren't fighting for you and I a lot of times, at least not in their minds. They certainly weren't fighting for their command staff, for even their country. A lot of times they were fighting in combat to take care of each other. And the things that's going on in our group, and I suspect many others, it's a similar way. We're doing this for each other because we're building a community, a tribe of people that are really bonding themselves together. And that is, in a sense, a purpose. It's because we've made it that way. And if you find yourself trying to figure out this answer to one of life's great questions, what is my purpose? Well, you need to get out there and just just create it. And sometimes that purpose is doing something that is greater than you. It's bigger than you. Maybe it's, spending time down at the local nursing home, just sitting with some of the elderly folks there that are all shut in, that their families have most likely forgotten them, that they have been thrown away to the side because now they're old and there's no reason, use for them anymore. They're no longer useful. Just toss them away, because that's what we do as a society. We're one of the few societies that's ever existed that does that to our elderly. Once you hit a certain age and your body hits a certain level of deterioration, you're no longer useful. We toss you away. Maybe your purpose is to go down there and show them that they're still important. Maybe it's working with children or women that have been abused. Maybe it's, helping others in their preparedness journey. Maybe they're starting out, they're a little bit more green. They have the determination, they're willing to work, they're willing to go the distance to get themselves prepared, but they're new at it. They need a little help, and maybe you're a little bit more advanced in your level of understanding and skill of preparedness. And so your purpose is to kind of help them along, give back to them. Whatever it is this year that you realize is your purpose, and when I say this year, I mean the upcoming year, 2023. Might as well just get used to it already. It's just a few days away. Just go ahead and start calling it that. Whatever you do with your life in this year, and however bad it could be, and it could be really rough. It could be a rough year. There's so many people. Someone messaged me. I haven't looked it up because I couldn't care less about the things, but I thought it was interesting. I guess Nostradamus had even predicted 2023 was something. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know that I've ever really followed any of that stuff. But I guess you could say once again, there's someone else saying that 2023 is going to be a bad year. Whatever. The point is that all the experts see that, the economy's probably not going to get better. Food problems, USDA is predicting higher, fertilizer prices, higher seed prices, more expense on the farmer. They're going to, their per acre costs are going to go up even more this year. And we continue our preparedness journey. We continue getting ourselves ready for whatever happens, whatever's going to happen. And maybe, for some of you, your purpose is somewhere in there. Your purpose in life, you find your new purpose, and it's to not just get your family ready, but to get others ready, to form small little groups. I believe that is vitally important in all this, to kind of unify ourselves in little pockets around the country, around the world. Maybe that's one of your purposes. I'm not saying this at all. Please understand that I'm trying to be as humble as possible when I say this. I'm sure there'll be critics, but whatever. I think I'm finding that's my purpose. Maybe all along, maybe all this stuff that I did in life was nothing more of a sort of training of getting me ready. Because the things that we're doing around here, and it's certainly gotten way bigger than myself. I mean, in fact, all this stuff that we're doing, and we're working on forming kind of a elders board to just kind of take it over, because, I'm just one person. I can't do it all. And our activities and our size and everything is increasing so much and so rapidly that there needs to be a kind of a board that oversees it or whatever. And so we're working on that kind of stuff now. But when I see that it's what started out as just some guy that's not the greatest prepper or the greatest anything, just starts having some meetings and people showing up, it's pretty amazing. And getting the people around you more ready for the things that are happening and what's going to happen could in fact be your purpose. And you may scoff at that and say, I'm sure there's a lot more important things in this world to be purposeful in your life. Well, maybe, but getting people ready to and prepared and capable of riding out the collapse of civilization, our civilization collapse, that's a pretty important purpose. So as your year is winding down and a new one is coming up, and I know that many of you are constantly struggling with this purpose. I need to find something that's meaningful in my life, and it's sure not my 9 to 5. Well, doing for others, helping others, getting others ready for the things that are happening and will happen in this world could very well be your destiny. Oh, do I sound like a good motivational speaker? Probably not. I'm sure I need to work on my style. Anyways, if you're interested in doing that, if that's something you want to do, and you need a little help and advice, go ahead and shoot me an email. I'll do the best that I can of helping you kind of figuring out how to get something like this started. I get a lot of emails, and here lately there's been an increase. So if you don't hear a response from me in a few days, shoot me another email. It's just because I get backlogged on them. The point is we have to start getting ready, folks, and helping each other out, realizing that we're not all in this alone. We're all in this together. And we have to do our part in helping each other out. Realize that we're allies, we're brothers and sisters in arms, and that we're not out there in opposition to each other. It's time to get our houses in order and to get our communities in order and help each other to prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next video.